lost 5 stone this year.
Yeah, probably actually right now, very close to about almost exactly 5 stone.
Oh, what's this made up of, John? Oh, it's a glycosate, whatever it is, and you start going into all the...
That was just what he was drinking. And that's why I created a YouTube channel.
His guitar.
My guitar, but I didn't really ever.
No way.
I didn't research YouTube, and I knew my guitar channel was never gonna. I was never gonna be the next.
But it was
Jimi
just an
Hendrix.
outlet for what
it was just
doing.
creative. It's just a little hobby. You toast it, you get a bit of crunch, bit of brown sauce.
Game changer. Oh, a bit of brown as well.
Thick smoked bacon that's all juicy, but you get a nice bit of crisping on the rind.
You're gonna be firing up a frying pan in a minute, John.
Straight away, your chance of selling that car for what it's worth on the market goes straight up.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Spudcast. I'm here with John from Forensics Detailing in Forensics Detailing HQ. It's always a bit nervous doing a... I'm always a bit nervous doing a proper...
You've been here before,
doing an intro
really?
in front of a proper YouTuber. But yeah, we're down at Forensics Detailing HQ. Don't worry about the throat. I've just had a bit of a cold last week. It's going around just fine. Couple of years ago, we'd have shut the country down for it, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. So we're going to chat to John about his YouTube channel and what he does with car detailing and how he got into it a bit later on. Before we do that, we're going to chat a bit about cars and stuff because we're both big petrol heads and we both do a lot of track days and stuff like that together. But before we do that, I'm going to get John to introduce himself and then we're going to do some quick fire questions.
Yeah, so my name is John DeHoo, or John DeLoo. I run the Forensics Detailing channel mainly on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. How did I meet you, Rick? I've known you for a few years, haven't I? Because Rick's in the same area as me, so I think we met at kind of Goodwood and like since then, like we've been on track days together. Like we hang out
with your Porsche behinds.
Yeah, so I feel like I know Rick, and and Rick's also doing YouTube as well. So I got to know you a bit more through doing YouTube and talking about it. We've done some videos together, and we chat about the joys of doing YouTube and
the joys.
Well, the difficulty of doing it as well, because it's not easy. It's really tough, and you've been doing it for about 3 or 4 years now, haven't you? And it's hard to get it going. I remember saying that to you. Like when you start, it's so tough.
That was your main advice. Basically, I started about 5 years too late.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I mean, but there's nothing you can do about that, is there? You just, if you decide you want to do it, like even now in 2025, you want to do YouTube, you just got to go for it.
If you want to do it, go for it.
You got to go for it.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
That's what we were told nowadays, isn't it? Do the thing. Don't think about it too much. Do the thing.
Yeah. I just did my 10-year anniversary video actually the other day. It's fresh in my mind. You've got to enjoy doing it though. That hunger to make content drives everything. You've got to love the idea of a video. And like you see video ideas in everything you do. And like you've got a life revolved around cars, working on cars, driving instruction and stuff like that. So you've got a great platform to put some good content out there.
Trouble is, half of the good stuff I do, I can't film and put on TV because it's work.
Yeah, well, there is that. But then you've done loads of good content as well, though. And it's just like when you're starting as well, this is one thing I said to Rick, you don't really know what's popular and what isn't. And you start putting content out and then you start learning. And it's like, no one's interested in that. No one's interested in that. Well, they're interested in this one, though. And then you sort of zoom in on what they're interested in. And 5 years later, you've got a better idea of the content you should be doing because it's going to be more popular. And that's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. But you've got to balance it up with content that you're not sure if it's going to succeed or not. You've got to balance your known, like, strong cards with some, I'm going to try this card, or else you'll never discover new kind of things as well. So you've got to try and discover, and don't use the AI tools much in YouTube because they give the game away and I don't think they help you. They tell you, oh, your audience is interested in this particular video and you can do research in there and this is of interest, this isn't. I wouldn't use that. I'd go by
old school.
Yeah, fly by what you feels interesting, or else you'll be the same as everyone else if you're using the AI thing, because that's what everyone uses. So yeah, go by what you're interested in, even if you think actually this might fail, because sometimes when you think you're going to fail, that's when you get the cool little, oh, there is interested in this, That
was a long intro, John.
Yeah.
That was a lot of intro and YouTube advice.
I can talk all day.
Right, let's go for some quickfire questions. Tea or coffee?
A good coffee.
Good coffee. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
It's got to be dogs, isn't it? Favourite flavour crisps? I know you've been good on your diet at the moment, but when you like a bag of crisps, where'd you go?
I think it would be like, do you remember those bacon frazzles?
Oh, yeah.
Or like maybe Monster Munch.
Yeah, the ones they're picking out your teeth for the next half hour.
But they're good. They're good with a pint, aren't they? Jesus, they're really good.
Favourite chocolate bar?
I like those Lindt ones, those thin, dark chocolate, high cocoa ones.
Oh, when you said Lindt, I was thinking the stuff you get out of the washing machine.
It might not be Lindt, but it's those thin ones you get in Sainsbury's. And there's a salt caramel one, which is just awesome. There's an orange one, little crunchy bits in it. And those cold in the fridge are really good.
Favourite way, we're Rick Spud, so we're potato channel. Favourite way to eat potatoes?
It's got to be a roast potato, isn't it?
A good roast, like the ones we had at the Angles.
Crunchy on the outside. So it's it's just crispy and then it just fluffs down because that can take anything. You can take gravy, you can have a bit of meat. Oh, good roast potato.
It makes me hungry. We might have to go out for lunch after this. Favourite veg with a roast?
Favourite veg, potatoes. This is good.
Other than potato.
A roast potato.
Other than potatoes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's nice to have like a pile of like a green, like a spinach.
Bit of spinach. It's good for you as well. Favourite biscuit?
Oh, that would have to be a ginger snap. Those crunchy ginger ones, like that are nice with a cup of tea or coffee. Do you? I love a ginger biscuit. I love it.
I don't like ginger biscuit, ginger beer, ginger people.
Because they can be too sickly if you go with like a real sweet kind of chocolatey one. After one or two, you're kind of done. But a ginger biscuit, it's sacred. I'm getting hungry now.
Favourite thing to put on your toast, other than butter? Dom said butter last time, but butter's a given.
It's got to be bacon, isn't it?
Bit of bacon
or is that cheating? Or is that, do you mean like a spreadable thing?
It can be anything. Would you have bacon on toast? Or you have bacon sandwich?
God. Yeah, but even a toasted bacon sandwich is
I see what you mean. You do toast and then
you can't beat a bacon sandwich. That would be
with toast.
That's the world's best food.
But with toast, not with normal bread.
You know what? If it's really good farmhouse bread, then with bread is good. But normal standard bread,
toast it.
You toast it, you get a bit of crunch, bit of brown sauce.
Game check. A bit of brown as well.
Thick smoked bacon that's all juicy, but you get a nice bit of crisping on the rind.
You're going to be firing up a frying pan in a minute, John.
I've had a bacon sandwich for so long.
3 films that you're not necessarily your 3 favourite films, but 3 films that you'd like. What you just go and stick it on.
Okay, I love Man on Fire, or is it Man of Fire? Denzel Washington. That's a cracking movie.
Film. Great film.
I like the old Peter Sellers movies, the Pink Panther stuff. I'd have to watch one of those.
I've never seen them.
Oh, they're just hilarious. Never seen them. You've got to watch those. Okay. Jesus, they're just brilliant. And so there's a comedy there, and some sort of. I'm a fan of the Lord of the Rings series, so I'd watch one of those.
Mate, that's really embarrassing. I've never seen them either.
Jesus.
And my mate's in them.
Is he?
Yeah. So little side story. My mate Mark, if you're watching Mark, hello Mark. He's 6'10". And he was in
Sauron.
He was in New Zealand when they were when they wanted extras to film Lord of the Rings, and then because he's 6'10", he was really tall, and it was to make the dwarf people look even shorter or whatever.
Oh, right.
So they dressed him all up in all the stuff, and he's in I think he's in all 3 films, but you see the back of his head in one of them, and there's No,
that's brilliant though. You got that for the rest of your life. You're in those movies. That'd be so cool.
Most days he did nothing. I hung around on set and got paid, so he was laughing.
I'd have gone and nicked the prop with the ring. So I got the ring used in the movie. Where's that ring gone? The director was saying, we're keeping quiet.
Still looking for that ring. Mark's got it. Fave comedian?
Peter Sellers.
Okay.
He's just so funny, that guy.
I have to go and watch some of his stuff.
Yeah, just brilliant. He cracks me up, that guy.
Right, get on to some car stuff. The most underrated or overrated car, or one of each.
Most underrated, I would say, it's fresh in my mind again, 2.7 986 Boxster.
Boxster, yeah.
It's a Porsche. It's got a good chassis. The engine is bulletproof, and you can pick them up. If you shop around, you could get one for less than £1,000 if you really wanted the project. Like that, yeah.
And they're kind of a bit overlooked because everyone wants the 3.2, but actually the 2.7's pretty good.
Yeah, they're too cheap. They sell for less than they break for, which is the sign of a bargain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little go in Danny's one at Bedford, other than it had spalled, dried out tyres on it.
It's a track one.
I'm not bothered about that, as we know, but
it
was
familiar
great.
With the worn out tyres.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not afraid of worn out tyres. An overrated car?
That's difficult, isn't it? You know what? That's really difficult. I think it would be anything modern, because any new car, performance car that's come out from any manufacturer exceeds what we can do with them on the roads now.
Yeah,
so
agreed,
like
yeah.
you know, even like all the new M Sport stuff, all the new M cars from
fast.
BMW,
Too many
fast,
toys,
too
too
heavy.
fast.
Same with Porsche, same with Audi, same with all of those cars. They'd all be overrated for their price to me. And the sweet spot is going back 20 years when they were still trying to figure out how to juice more out of these cars. Yeah, analog, lighter, yeah, and just more fun.
Yeah, no, agreed. Right, another little car kind of sort of game in a way. One car for a year. You have to daily it. Everything's paid for, but the catch is you have to have already driven in it or been in it.
What, that model, not that specific car?
Not necessarily that model.
You know what?
But a car that you would have everything paid for, but you have to drive it every day for a year.
You know what? Nowadays, it wouldn't need to be expensive, and I would get a pre-facelift E46 Touring with a manual gearbox and M Sport spec in silver, and that would do me. I'd love that car as much as like a modern Audi RS6 or a modern M3 Touring. That E46 M Sport Touring, just to me, would do.
You're easily pleased, aren't you?
Yeah.
How much even are they?
You could get one for £1,000 if it was falling to bits. Yeah, but you could get one for £1,000 easily, but a good one would be like £3,000 or £4,000, but not a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, there you go. You're easily pleased.
Yeah.
The ultimate car for the garage. Or have you already got it?
Well, if you could only have one car in your garage, what would it be?
Yeah.
See, I know.
Well, no, not necessarily. No, the ultimate car for the garage. So, like, regardless of price, like your ultimate, like, dream car.
See, I thought about this, Rick. Mercedes AMG SLK 55, I think it's called the Oolong edition, sold for 150 odd million at auction. If you had that in your garage, what you'd do is you'd sell it, let it go cheap for 125 million. Then you'd buy a penthouse in New York, Manhattan, Tokyo, Sydney, a little house in the foothills of the Alps in Italy with an underground bunker for 10 more cars, a flat in London. You'd still have like 80 million left over, so you could go and fill those places up. You could pay someone to manage your estate. I could pay you. I'd give you $1 million a year to be my chauffeur and drive me around to track days. And we'll go to track days. You'd be sorted. So if you just pick one car, it might be worth like
Just
$500,000 or something.
Maybe I should have caveated that by saying you can't sell it.
You can't sell it. I'd have a 996 GT3.
Just have what you got.
Yeah.
They're such mega cars, aren't
But I think, like, if you get the dream car, it'll be so precious to you, you won't want to use it. And especially in the UK, I've talked about this before. You imagine having £100,000 car in your garage, you take it out, you'd be paranoid. You can't go anywhere in it.
I've done it. I've done it. I've borrowed other people's cars, and like you say, you don't want to leave it in a car park anywhere.
You
can't fully utilise it on the road, etc., etc.
You could get smacked at town. Your car park, someone's going to put a door in it. You hit potholes. So you'd want something. That's why these 996 Carreras are good. Pick them up, 10 to 20 grand. And if someone bangs it, it's not the end of the world. You just get it fixed.
I mean, yours is looking very clean and tidy and shiny. It looks a lot better than when you first got it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of getting there. I don't want to get too precious.
I'm going to have a clear out. Obviously, I'll chop all this out, and I'll do that. And then when I go in the edit, I'll be able to see really easily where I had to do that. Maybe a little glass of water as well. Right. Which car is your biggest regret selling? Which is technically also potentially the best car you've owned.
Well, I regret. I had a Novello White 147 GTA, which I just didn't own long enough to really appreciate.
Say that again.
A Novello White 147 GTA Alfa Romeo.
Oh, Alpha. Okay, yeah.
It was only a relatively cheap hot hatch, but it's great fun. I just sold it too quickly. I do regret getting rid of that M4 CS a little bit, but for the same reasons, it's too much for the road.
It's too good. Consumables as well, like tyres, brakes, fuel was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you just destroy tyres with it. So no real massive regrets, but lots of cars that I've loved that I've sold, and you'll always love them when you look back at them. But I'm happy with what I've got now.
Biggest regret not buying something that you went, I wish I'd had that.
That's a tough one, isn't it? That's a tough one. I'll tell you what my biggest regret is. Over the years, some nice E46s came up when they were like $7,000 and no one was really interested in them, and there was rare colour options like Dakar yellow, Oxford green, it's ultraviolet purple ones that are really rare colours for those E46 M3s, and they were cheap. You just thought no, because there was no interest, but those would have been fantastic
Now they're
cars.
rare,
Yeah, and they'd be pretty valuable, and they'd go up as well.
Yeah.
So I always like to have a nice colour on a car. If it's a limited edition colour, that I think that really adds to it.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. Biggest regret buying was a car you bought and you just thought, I wish I hadn't bought that. Well, that was a load of crap.
You know what? I've never really bought anything that I thought was a load of crap, because you know cars are known quantities. I think the car before the 996, the 996 4S that I bought, was the wrong car for me, because I don't really want four-wheel drive. So that's the only one where I've got rid of it, because I thought, yeah, it's nice, but I just don't want four-wheel drive. Give me the rear-wheel version of it, and I'll be more happy. And it was the right thing to do to get rid of it. But it was a good car.
I don't even remember your 4S.
I don't know if you saw it. It was
How long
nice.
did you have it for?
Only about probably 6 months to a year.
Okay.
It was nice. It had all full carbon fibre interior in it, which is rare as hell. I didn't realise. I didn't know anything about it when I bought it. But the only thing is, it's just that front end interference when you're like really pushing through the throttle and it's moving and the front end kicks in. I don't want a car to do that. I'd rather just crash into a tree.
So backwards.
Yeah. I just like the rear wheel drive thing.
The limit of your mechanicking ability. I know you're pretty hands-on. You've sorted out a lot of stuff on this.
There's no limits to my mechanical genius.
Because you drop engine. I was about to say, would you drop an engine? But you have.
I don't.
You and Danny have dropped engines.
I can undo bolts. I can tighten up bolts, and I understand roughly how a car works. And I've done most jobs on cars over the years, but I'm not a mechanic. And I can balls things up, especially if I've not done a job before. But you get to a certain stage in life where you can go and research a job online.
Yeah, watch YouTube
and there's a video on it, and those videos are good.
Expert.
And you know straight away after watching that video if you can do it yourself. And usually it involves if you have a lifter or not. You're lucky, you got a lifter.
I'm the same, yeah. Yeah, you got 2 pays to lift, which killed my MX-5s, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, so we have dropped an engine out, but would you take an engine apart?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would now. Yeah, I have done in the past.
Would you put it back together?
That's the difficult bit. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Like built an engine on my own. But one day I'd like to, and I think with the 996, I'd like to get a spare engine or a spare shell if one's going cheap, like a rot box with an engine. Drop that engine out, which is easy. Get that engine stripped down in here. And then have a go at building it back with like new bearings, new chains, service it all, buy it all back together, time it, and then have it sitting there ready to go in the car if you need it. I think that'd be quite cool.
I'd worry that once I put it in the car, it wouldn't run. It wouldn't work.
That's a real possibility though. But you've got to drop it back out
once
again.
Once you've turned it over, obviously, once you've built it,
it's timed properly, but you've got to run it up to see if it's leaking anywhere, and that's and if it's running smoothly. I don't know. So that would be something I'd like to do in the next 5-10 years. Yeah, build an engine. That'd be lovely.
The best mod you could do on a car, or like the first mod you would do on a car?
Coilovers.
Yeah, suspension. It's
just changes, mate. It's just like all cars, like even Porsches, these 996s on stock suspension, it's body roll. They're set up for roads to be able to take the bumps. And you want them to feel tight on a nice twisty road, they need coilovers. Not for everyone, obviously, but
not for everyone. But also, just people think coilovers, and people think that everything's rock hard and you're rattling your teeth.
Don't have to be.
You don't have to be. And if they're properly set up, and like mine, I've slackened them off the road and tightened them up for the track, and you get them sitting right as well, because everything looks slightly too high for out of the factory. But just drop it a little bit and make it look OEM plus.
That gives you the best improvement on any car for not a lot of money. And then obviously a Geo after you've done it.
Yeah, no, agreed. A mod you've done to a car which ruined it?
Oh, Jesus. I don't think I've ever done that, Rick. I don't think I've ever
Not
done
even
that.
like noisy exhaust or something you put on?
Well, the last one I can think of is putting Dan's exhaust on my car. You were there. Yes. We spent all day trying to swap them around, get the other one off. Didn't make any difference. I thought there was something wrong with mine. And we installed it so badly it was blowing. And I had to like trowel cake mix in it to cover up the holes, and that all fell out. A polyfiller, exhaust paste. just like falls out later on.
I've never heard it called cake mix.
It's just like you wedge it all in there. No, it's not blowing anymore. It's fixed. Like the next day, it's all gone.
It's all come out. Got to put the top tip is cake mix with the bandage around it as well, and that stops it coming out.
Yeah.
Put an exhaust bandage around the cake mix.
Duct tape.
I'll put here pinch yourself moment. Is there like something that's happened you just think like doesn't necessarily have to be car related?
Well, I think probably one of the most important moments is when you have kids. That first kid you have, it's like that something clicks in your mind that was kind of quite a special, important thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's probably the safest and slowest I've ever driven is back from the hospital.
Yeah,
after my first child.
And that excitement when you've got a baby like in your house, you bring it back, and it's like, whoa, that's a special time. And then that first year is a lovely special time. So having kids has got.
And you can't describe it to anyone. People, you can describe it, but you can't unless someone's had kids as well. You don't. It's something you don't like understand.
Yeah.
Until you've had kids.
Yeah.
Like that cliche.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I'll put most embarrassing car crash or accident.
Well, I haven't had any major crashes where I've like majorly binned it. I've come off loads of circuits. I remember once with one of my first cars, an old Golf, trying to race my mates back home, like trying to turn the car into his driveway, going too fast, and it just like snow ploughed forward and went up a bank and smacked the underside of the engine. And then the next time I drove the car, it grenaded because I think I did the oil pump, so it just
might have done. Or sometimes you can push the sump flat against the pickup.
Like that. Yeah, some damage happened when I hit that.
Wow, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah,
like 10 mile an hour car write off.
Yeah. It was just stupid. It was just like going too fast and not really realising. The first time in your life you realise what happens when you go too fast into a corner and the car can't handle it.
Just keeps going.
Yeah, and it just keeps going. It just scrubs out, and you're like, I'm going to hit this.
Physics takes over, and off you go.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to get onto your. I was going to get onto your YouTube channel. I'm going to quickly. I've got here at the top of my sheet weight loss because this year you've lost a lot of weight. How much weight have you lost this year?
I'm close to 5 stone. Yeah,
you've lost 5 stone this year.
Yeah, probably actually right now very close to about almost exactly 5 stone off.
And what kind of triggered this, and when did you just go right enough? This just knock this on the head. And what have you done?
I've been way overweight for I would say at least 7 years, but overweight for probably 10 to 15. And my weight just kept creeping up. And then sometimes I'd do something about it, and I'd get into like the running. I do the couch to 5K. I'd try and swim more. I might lose half a stone, but not really ever tackle it. Never commit to it. Lose weight, put it back on. Lose weight, put it back on. This time I thought, you know what? Like I'm over 20 stone now.
Over 20 stone.
Yeah, and back in February, I was filming a video with Gion here where they were filming me, and it was their videographer, and then they edited it all up for their stuff. And I looked back at the video and thought, Jesus, I need to lose some weight. And I had to buy a hoodie for that, and it was like the 4XL didn't fit me. The 4XL didn't fit.
Wow.
So I had to send it back and get like, have you got one for even bigger, like the 6XL that I could just get on? It was like a tent.
Yeah.
And I thought, Jesus, you need to get on with this now. You need to do this.
That was February this year?
Yeah, I started on March the 10th. That was when I started. And I changed my diet completely. And I was like, all right, no cakes, no biscuits, no chocolate, high protein, low carb, and do not break. And see where it takes you. And I figured I'd get like 4 stone off would be my aim, but I've gone past that. And I just have this lifestyle now where I eat I don't eat a lot, and I try and eat during the day healthy stuff, fruit, all that sort of stuff.
Just kind of reprogrammed your brain.
Yeah, and I just won't break from it unless it's a cheat day like the other day.
The other day. Yeah, I mean, it was Christmas lunch.
Yeah, and that was lovely.
Lush,
you
really
need those cheat days, though.
You've got to have it.
Once a month.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, you just have all those foods that are fat and carbs and tasty, and there was all nice food and a few beers, and you just load it back up and give your body the energy. And then the next day, you just get back onto what you're doing. And yeah, it's just a mental thing. I think a switch has gone where I want to achieve the weight loss. I want to so much that it's in my mind all the time, and that stops me breaking.
So it's literally just calorie intake. You're not doing like exercise or stuff?
Well, I exercise, I swim, and I'm doing loads of stuff with the cars that I figure is like a little workout. You know, when you're doing a detail, if you're machine polishing a car, that's like quite hard on the body. So you can you have to fuel up a bit more if you're doing that, or else you just be exhausted. But generally, yeah, just stay active, but do not break. Do not buy crisps. Do not eat bread. Do not do any of that stuff that is just going to kill your weight loss for the day, or all that pain that you've gone through for 5 months. You're wasting it if you break. So get to where your weight loss target is, and then go on to phase 2, which is how you're going to keep it off, and then introduce some more treats and normal eating habits, but maintain the weight.
It's good. I feel like this is a consultation as well.
Well, you're having a go, aren't you, Rick? You're starting on the weight loss.
It's not been very successful. It's my weight loss journey. It's not been very successful. I started it just before like Christmas party seasons, which has not been
a good time to start.
So I've lost about 5 pounds before.
Man, that's good.
About 3 weeks ago, and then I put about 3 pounds on in the last week and a half because I've been.
It's not so good.
I've been at a load of Christmas parties.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Christmas parties.
I was talking about this
every other day was a cheat day.
Yeah, because life throws these things at you where you're going to be in a situation where there's nice food and you want to enjoy it and just relax, and that's part of the great thing of life. But I think you have to stick to your framework, so you can have one cheat day and then back on it. But yeah, maybe after Christmas is a better time to start.
Yeah, I'll start again.
You don't need to lose as much as I do, though, do you?
I definitely do.
You're not 20 stone, though.
I'm not far away.
Really?
Yeah.
What, 19 something?
Yeah.
You can ship that first stone quite quickly, though.
Yeah, I need to, man. It's not good. Not good. It's probably on my knee hurts so much. It's not. It's because I fell off a motorbike years ago and I'm just broken.
It's not. It's all that food and beer.
And that.
It's excess ballast.
So you're going to carry on going losing weight, or you're going to? So what are you aiming to? So what are you now? Like 15?
I'm about to break into the 14s.
No.
Go below, but go below 15. So I'll be just below 15 stone.
And what you hope? When are you going to stop?
I'm going to stop if I get below 14. But my target was to get below 15. But I secretly feel there's still quite a lot of blubber in there. You don't want to get too
not a great deal.
You don't want to get too like image conscious. You should have some fat and stuff, but I still feel like 15 stone isn't particularly light. So,
but compared to what you were a year ago, you look like a shadow of a man.
Yeah, well, it was all muscle a year ago, Rick.
Yeah, it's muscle. Relax.
You don't see it. I just used to say to myself, I'm a bit overweight, and then you get on the scales, you think, oh, you're not a bit. You're well overweight. You need to get on with this. 13 stone, about 10 pounds would be awesome. But that would be skinny for me. I haven't been that light since I was in my 20s. And
you haven't done it on the jabs as well. It's all just mental, which is, mate, fair play.
I think you've got. Well. I just figure if I do anything other method that's not sustainable, I'll put the weight back on. So I just figure you've got to address the eating habits, because that's what got me here. Bad eating habits. So good eating habits are going to get me out of it.
Someone said you can't outwork a bad diet.
No, you can't.
Is that right?
But you know what's bad? Like anything loaded with sugar that's processed and full of carbs.
It's what everyone knows what they've got to do. It's just doing it.
And I could eat, Rick. I could eat, and once I started eating, I wouldn't stop. Most people have a bacon sandwich and they'd be fine. I could eat 6 bacon sandwiches back in the day. I could keep going till I could. If you're carving up a roast on a Sunday at home, I could carve it and you'd be picking away.
Eat half of it before dinner.
Yeah, and I could keep going. I could eat that whole bloody the whole thing. That's the problem.
Wow, mate, fair play. Right, let's get on to your YouTube. What are we looking at? 30 minutes, loads of time. Let's get on to your YouTube. So what's your kind of journey from kind of college, uni, up until when you started YouTube? What were you doing for a job and stuff?
College, fucking uni. Oh, pardon my French. So I went to uni in Oxford Brookes. I don't remember much of my university days.
No, that's fine.
Nobody does back then.
What did you do?
Well, I studied mathematics and intelligence systems, but I moved it, I think, to computing. I didn't do much work. I had a great time. I left uni, and then I was doing warehouse work and driving forklifts around, going nowhere fast, but with some sort of like half-assed degree that was a one up from a failure. You could get like a 3-3, a 2-2, a 2-1, a 2, a first, and all that. I got the non-honours degree because I was so useless.
So I think it's just a pass.
Yeah, it's just like a
below
base.
Below a third is a pass.
But that was enough. That was enough to get me a job in the Big Smoke. an IT job.
Oh, in London?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
right.
so I moved out of Chichester, moved up to London, and I worked in London for about 15 years, lived in Greenwich.
Doing what,
Blackheath.
IT stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Started off on the ground as like what they call a tape monkey. Just kind of working in a big data center with loads of computer equipment and all that sort of stuff, and just doing the basic kind of routine operations, it's called, of those computer systems. And then just really loved the company. It was a great company. Stayed there for 15 years and kind of worked my way up. But I think when I sort of got into my 30s, I knew I wanted to get out of London at some point. And I knew I wanted to come back down to the south coast, the Chichester area, because it's a nice area around here. So I came back, moved back down here when I had my daughter, and I wanted to get into something completely different from IT work. I just had enough of it. I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to do something that was more hands-on, and I really loved cars. And so it was always in the back of my mind that I would do something with cars. And I was always a car enthusiast, always had some car, even if it wasn't a out-and-out performance. You know, I never spent all my money as a young man on cars. You could have done, but I always put it into property. But when I came down here, I was in the situation where I wanted to start buying up more cars. And I just got into it more and more. And this was back when YouTube was just sort of starting, and YouTube had just commercialized, and you could start channels, I think, and monetize them. And
what year would this have been?
Oh, geez. Well, I started the channel in 2015. So I didn't even want a detailing channel. I just wanted to record some music on my music channel, because I thought that would be really good fun.
Oh, yeah, because you played guitar.
Yeah. And that's why I created a YouTube channel.
For his guitar?
My guitar, but I didn't really ever...
No way.
I didn't research YouTube, and I knew my guitar channel was never going to be the next
But it was
Jimi
just an
Hendrix.
outlet for what
It was just creative. It's just a little hobby. And then, because I knew how to create the channel, I thought it'd be fun. I had the garage. I thought, why not do some stuff on detailing
Were you here?
as
You
well?
lived here?
Yeah. And I had the cars, and I was kind of, working on these cars and polishing these cars. And I thought it would just be good to do some content on YouTube, because detailing was really interesting to me back then, because it was like an alternative to the mainstream of how we look after our car, which is you go into Halfords and you have a bucket and you have like a wash mitt, you have a little box of detailing equipment, or car cleaning equipment. And the detailing scene was so much more glamorous, and the equipment that detailers would use to polish cars and their processes of polishing cars were much better than anything I knew. I knew how to buff a car with a rotary polisher and a foam bonnet or a foam mop head and some cutting compound. And I thought I was quite good at doing that, but I'd never really looked at it closely under the right light. I didn't really know what I was doing wrong. And then my interest was seeing all this stuff about detailing and dual action polishers and polishing cars differently and a bit more slowly. And I thought that was a really good approach if you loved cars. So that was part of the reason for getting into it.
So you literally just taught yourself on your own cars?
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to polish a car with a machine polisher. It's no more difficult than using a drill to drill in a screw into the wall.
And what car would you have been testing this on?
Whatever.
Not something too posh.
I mean, even before the channel, it would be all sorts of project cars that I was working on that I would take. I got into it. I think I spoke about this with someone else. I can't remember. There's a friend of mine who was massively into cars as well, and he was trying to sell an old, I think it was an MR2 that was all covered in swirls. And he came round to me one day, and he was upset because someone had come to look at his car and they didn't want to buy it because they said to him it was covered in swirls and it was in poor condition. And he was like, it's a brilliant car, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, go and show me the car. So I had a look at it, and it was plastered in swirls. And it was dirty.
Someone cleaned it with like a Brillo pad or something.
Yeah, he cleaned it with like a pillowcase, wiped it with the pillowcase. But it was just knackered and dirty and chunks of dirt on it. I'm like, yeah, this car's pretty pretty bad. Give it to me. And at that stage, I knew how to use a machine polisher, and I knew I'd clayed loads of cars, and I could wash a car, and I was always washing my cars well. They were always good. I said, give it to me. And I cleaned it all down for him. Like, spent hours like scrubbing out all the wheels and doing all that and getting it clean, vacuuming it and all that sort of stuff. And then I clayed it all down and just polished it.
Did you do a video on any of this?
No, this is way before. This is years before the channel. And waxed it all up. And then I'm like happy with the car. And I'm like, there's your car. And he come and he looked at it and it's like, Jesus, yeah, that's so much better.
Like a different car.
He sold it for full asking price within a week later.
Wow.
So it does make a difference. Like, some people
100%.
won't buy a car if they look at it and straight away it's cosmetically tired and dirty.
First impressions, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think if you're selling any car, like me and Dan, Dan goes and looks at cars for people as part of what he does. We've gone and seen like 20 or 30 cars over the last 2 or 3 years, and I can't remember one that we've gone to see that was valeted and cleaned and shined up and polished, ready for sale. Well, there might be an exception to that, and Dan will back me up on that. We've gone to see them all, and they're all covered in grime, and they're all dirty and dusty, and the paintwork's dull and contaminated. If you just know how to your way around a car and you clean it to a good standard and dress it all up and polish it and wax it, straight away your chance of selling that car for what it's worth on the market goes straight up. Yeah. People just can't be bothered to do it a lot of times.
Boil your eyes, don't you? Just go, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it looks like underneath.
And if you go and look at a car and it's got so much dirt build up that it's all grimy and it's like growing green in the seals and stuff, that just to me says whoever's owned it really doesn't really care, like, because everyone I know would just clean that to a decent level, you know. But
they either don't care or they're not a car person, so they just don't know.
Or life's taken over.
Yeah.
And
I'll jet wash it. I'll jet wash it like once a week, and that's kind of done. But actually, they're not like into cars per se.
But these cars have been like not washed for like 6 months or a year, you know, to the point where they're just like, you look at them, you just. Yeah, so there is a lot of that, and nowadays I think people are much more into it, and like people just keep their cars better, you know.
But also a lot of the stuff that you would do, I'm interested in, like, about the way that you taught yourself, because now I've learned a lot of what I've learned from your YouTube channel on how to use polishes and all these machines you've got here and stuff. But back then, it was just trial and error, presumably, for you. There was no YouTube to go and watch on it, or was there?
There was. There was. My basic technique for polishing a car derives from a video I saw on YouTube with the 3401, a guy called Mike Phillips, who's I think he worked for Maguire's, did loads of tutorial stuff and loads of good forum posts on all the Maguire's products. He just sort of said, right, you put your 4 dots on here, I'm using this pad with this polisher, and you put it down and you do this.
That's what you did.
And that's what I did. And that's still what I do now. I think with anything, like with machine polishing, you can do it very rapidly and it will get you 80% or 90% of where you'd get if you did it slowly. But if you want to do it properly, you need to allocate the time, because when you're finishing out a car and you want to really work the polish and really refine it and get a really nice sharpness, that takes a lot of extra time for that extra 2 or 3%, and most people don't do it.
Well, it's just when you're just cutting into it a little bit more.
Yeah, you're refining it it's like different grits. You know, it's almost like you could sand with P1000 and take quite a lot of orange peel out. You could sand with P3000; it will refine it more. It carries on past into the liquid abrasives. You can cut with it and take a bit more off, and then you can refine with the ultra fine stuff that really detailers will know about if they're in a workshop and they can see the image and the reflection behind them and they've got their lights there and they're looking at that reflectivity. That final polish gives you that really sharp finish on a car, and that's when you take your car outside and it's got that sharp finish, that's where it looks electric. You could get away with just compounding it nowadays because the compounds are so good. You could just use like a compound like S2 Black. 99% of people won't tell the difference between a high gloss compounded finish and a refined, ultra fine polished finish, but a detailer will know. And you've got the ability at home. There's no excuse for you to not do that if you love your car and you get your dream car. refine that paint and get it like really shiny. But it's going to take you an extra 8 hours on top of already cutting it to do
good
that.
grief.
So it depends what you want to do. If you get into detailing, but you want to do it quickly, you can still get good results and just do a single stage polish or an all-in-one polish, do it reasonably quickly, have nice results. But if you get really into something, you get into this mindset where you want to see what the limit is and how far you go, what's involved in getting towards that limit of what's reasonably the best you can achieve with a bit more time spent. And that's what detailing is about. Spend a bit more time, do it a bit better. Think about what specific job you're doing. It might not be machine polishing. It might be something else on the interior. For example, you could go and have your car valeted and they would vacuum out the interior. You want to detail your carpets, get everything out, get the seats out, get everything out, vacuum it, then extract it, then put some fabric protectant in it. That's like the difference between doing just a valet on your car and doing what should be detailing. It's going to more time to get tiny extra better results.
Available at the right price.
I don't do it for money.
Bring your car around.
I don't do it for money. So, and I'm probably not all that great at doing it. And the older I get, the more I think I'm less willing to put those sorts of times into stuff, and I settle for just a half decent standard. And some of the detailing stuff that I've learned, I use it. Some of it, it's beyond what I could implement without the time frames going up radically. So I wash my car probably quicker than you do. And most people that watch my channel, I'm out there pre-washed, wheels washed, done. It'll be back in within half an hour, and people in the comments are like, "I've just spent 6 hours cleaning my car." I'm like, "Well, good on you. You're doing a better job than me," and I mean that. It's whatever you want to do, really.
Also, in this time of year, it just get filthy in like the first drive on the road.
Yeah. So this time of year, you tweak everything and use your pressure washer more. Get the extension bars out. Make sure you keep blasting underneath the car. So before this came in, I got all the extension bars out to get all that salty road film off. And it's just little tweaks like that you don't need to do that in summer because it's just dry and dusty.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
In the winter, that's worth doing.
So going back to YouTube, so what was your first? So how many videos did you put up on for your music stuff? And then when did you start getting in? What was your first video on car stuff?
I don't know.
Are they still there?
Yeah, they're all still there. I think I deleted some of my early music ones because the recording quality was awful and they were just terrible. But I remember my first proper serious video on my YouTube channel. I think it was to do with comparing wash mitts. I'd done a few before then, but this was the first one. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go and buy 15 wash mitts and I'm going to do a video and I'm going to tell you which one I think's the best. And I tried to do it half
15.
decent edit. Yeah, something like that. You just go and spend a load because I was serious about it then. And I thought, go and get them all. Go and buy them all. Just go and buy them all.
Were they all the same or are they drastically different?
They're all different. But,
they are different, but they're similar.
All different, but, you can use your hands if you want to.
And when did the kind of forensic-y thing, because you do some of the stuff with the I've said to you before, you've been helping me clean when the K-truck, and I was like, oh, what's this made up of, John? Oh, it's a glycosate, whatever it is, and you start going into all the...
That was just what he was drinking.
maybe that cured my throat. So
yeah.
How did you end up going down the kind of forensics route? Because your channel is accurate, forensics detailing. You really go into the makeup of some of these products.
Yeah, I mean, I started off with pretty limited knowledge of all of this, and then when you go and do a video on something, so you do wash mitts, you'd learn about them. You'd do some research. You'd speak to other people. You'd learn about the different formats of microfiber. You'd learn that there was a sponge and why a sponge is good. You'd learn about wool. You'd try every single format, and then you'd get a base level of knowledge about wash mitts, which is you don't shout about this sort of stuff. You keep this quiet.
Hey ladies, by the way.
Yeah. I can tell you all you need to know. I'm the man for the wash mitt.
Yeah, you think there's only one type of microfiber? Well, I'm here to tell you.
You go through the same process, and next time you might be doing a video on tar and glue removers, and then when you start focusing on one particular product, you look at the chemistry and how they work. And if you understand the chemistry of detailing products, you can use the products better. If you understand the difference between solvents, polar solvents, non-polar solvents, detergents, surfactants, specialty chemicals like fallout removers that work slightly differently, there's not that much to learn. But if you understand how all of these chemicals work chemically and what they do, you can understand how to use them and when to use them a little bit better. and limit what you actually decide you need to use. And yeah, over the years, I've just learned more about it. And part of my personality, I can't just like grab a load and say, this one's like, I think you should use this one. I want to know everything about them. And I want to know who makes them. I want to know what's in it. I want to know everything. And I'll try and break it all down and give you all that information and say, that one is the winner. There you go. And
and why it's the winner.
And why,
Not
yeah.
just like...
and put cost into that comparison, because there is a glamorous side to detailing that involves profitability and margins and marketing. And you need to try with your price comparisons to cut through that. And
that's really interesting, because you do it in a lot of your videos. Like the winner will be the winner, but actually it's like nearly double the price of the second like place one, which is nearly as good,
or half the price.
Or, yeah, or half the price.
It has to factor in. It has to, and it always will. And like I say to people, if you're not being given price comparison information on when someone's comparing a product, you should be, because it's the most quickest thing. Yeah, you could grab it before you do your video. So it should always be there. And like really with a product review as well, a product review should always show you some alternative offerings. Those foundational things are just things that I look for when I go and watch a review on something, a piece of tech equipment. If I'm researching a camera, I can tell within 30 seconds if that reviewer is really just trying to sell me this camera. The moment he says to me, well, if you're looking at this camera, you should consider this other product, this one, and this one that give you similar performance for different price ranges, and check out my reviews on those, because he's not doing that camera any favours when he says that. He's doing you a favour. So you should always be told, given reasons not to buy something, as a basic kind of relationship between the reviewer and the person watching.
Well, that brings me on to a good note I've got down here. I've got company relationships. Have you ever got in trouble with someone about being honest with their like product, and if you got
all the time?
What, you get a message from the company itself going, "Hang on a minute."
Yeah, I've had that loads of times over the years.
And what sort of stuff do they say? You didn't mix it strong enough, or you should have left it on longer, or just a general
I've had that. I've had you didn't mix it, and then in the early days, I think they would be right, and I've got better at. Really, and if you watch my videos now, I'm looking at those instructions and I'm like, right, it says to do this, I'm going to do that. In the early days, I could go off piste with it and just use it, just chuck the old bottle in the bucket. So I think most of the time that sort of feedback is good. You've got to look at any feedback you get from a brand and just look at it and think, is that fair? If it is, then you just like, yes, you're right. I had some feedback from a major brand actually, because I'd accidentally said something that was completely wrong about one of their products.
Oh, right.
Just got a price thing wrong, and they pinged me an email and just said, "You were talking about our product in this video, and you got the price completely wrong." When you do that, you just have to reply and say, "You're correct. My apologies. I will just put a little overlay over there to correct that," because you do have a responsibility as well 100%. to be correct. And yeah, you've got to put yourself in the position of the brands as well. They're looking at you and thinking, what's this guy talking about? He's got that completely wrong. So yeah, if you get it wrong, you just got to put your hands up. But you've also got to have thick skin, and you've got to stick to the fact that it's not enjoyable if you take away the criticism. It's not enjoyable to make that. And I like criticising stuff, and I do it now. I don't do it with an axe to grind. I just do it because it can improve something. So if you spot something that's flawed and you think it could be improved, put it in the review, tell people. Don't say it like in a horrible way that's going to destroy them. It could be a minor thing.
Be a bit diplomatic.
Yeah, just be diplomatic and look for the good as well. So never just like slam dunk a product, because if it's on the market, it'll have gone through some form of testing process. It works to a certain extent. So make sure you capture everything that's good about it. If you find something that's bad, capture it. Don't be an a-hole, but say what you got to say.
Have you ever had it where like a brand like refuses to like deal with you, or go right?
I don't deal with them. That's the thing. I don't really.
You go and get the products yourself.
Yeah, if I'm reviewing stuff nowadays, I don't want to be in contact with the brand. It's just easier to go and buy it and review it. And I make some.
Then it's neutral.
Yeah, and if you're dealing with the brand because you want to review their product, you're contacting them saying, right, can you give me this product? that just they're going to be watching it like a hawk, and like
Yeah,
it makes it harder to do.
You've got a duty of care to be honest.
So one way that it's easier for me is I just crack on in my garage. I kind of work with Imran, who's a distributor. So I tend to buy everything from Imran, and now and then something might come along that's too expensive to buy for a review. And I'm pointing at that cupboard over there because I've got 3 snow foam lancers in there. Each one is about 80 or 90 quid.
Oh, great.
And Imran sent those to me free of charge, but he's not the brand. So
okay,
I can take
products. They're not his products.
They're not his products, but I can take those and I can say in the review, these have been sent to me free of charge by Imran. And that may create bias in the review because they've been sent free of charge. It does create bias, but then the downside is for me to review those 3 products, they would lose money and the review wouldn't happen. But generally nowadays as a channel, if it's a chemical product that costs like 10 or 20 pounds, you should be buying it really. We just did a detail spray comparison video where there was 40 detail products. I think we bought them all apart from 2. The 2 that we didn't buy were already in the garage, and they were had a Geon ceramic detail that they gave me when they came over in February. And I had a soft 99 luxury gloss wax that I had their whole product range about 4 years ago. So I had 2 products here. And I said in one of the video, yeah, those two products I haven't paid for. So that may create bias. If you tell people that, then I think they're like, oh, fair play.
People appreciate that, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just being honest.
You should buy stuff, I think, though. In an ideal world, every review would be 0 brand contact, all products bought, and you'd put them through a uniform set of testing and show your results. And then that way you've done your job. Yeah.
Because that probably brings me on to my next point, which is biggest YouTuber or influencer bugbear. Well, you probably touched on that a little bit, where people have maybe been given a product, but they haven't disclosed that, and then they're trying to promote it.
Well, that goes on, yeah.
Or other bugbears.
Yeah, I mean, that goes on.
What gets you goat?
The first thing to understand is YouTube has the strictest rules on advertising and promotion, where YouTube's guidelines require you, if you're being paid money for this, the wording's important. If you're being compensated for your time, and to make a video for a brand, there's no figure on that compensation, but a day of your filming should be worth roughly about £100 to anyone based on the minimum wage. So if you're getting compensated anywhere near that sort of form, you should declare that as paid promotion. But compensation could also be that they could give you a lifetime supply of car cleaning products or something. So there is grey area. But for me, the bottom line is, if you're being paid to promote something, any video should be disclaimed as paid for promotion. That doesn't happen on YouTube. It just doesn't happen. If you go and watch a video, you will see adverts for, not pop-up adverts from YouTube, but adverts placed in there by YouTubers for various things. And there won't be a paid for promotion disclaimer at the start of the video because unfortunately YouTube don't enforce their guidelines policy very well, in my opinion.
Allegedly.
They just don't. So it's down to you as an individual. For me, if I do some paid for promotion, we were talking about this earlier on, you have to really nowadays, if you're going to want to do this long term as a full-time thing, you've got to think about doing some partnering up and trying to generate some revenue, because the YouTube revenue is going to be pretty lousy, or the whatever platform you're on, that revenue is going to be pretty lousy. It's simple. When you declare that promotion, it doesn't affect the viewing of it. So you know if you are being paid. Okay. Well, you know, it doesn't. I'll watch a video and it comes up saying includes paid for promotion. If it's an interesting video, I'll still watch it. So it doesn't affect your ability to do views or anything. So why would you not do it? Because it just means that you can publish that video and know that you're following the rules. Yeah. So I don't understand, that it's not done typically. But yeah, I think you just, with social media, you've got to set your own standards. It depends where you want to position yourself as a channel. If you go hell-bent on doing promotional stuff because you want to make loads of money, you'll hinder your channel. But you've got to do some, in my opinion. So you've got to pick brand partners that you think are really good recommendations, that you could see yourself kind of doing videos to sort of show their stuff and you're comfortable with it and you don't feel like it's like a hard sale. pick a few of those, limit them, and focus on doing your core content that is going to grow your channel, and then put in some promotional stuff with it, and just try and get the finances working. If you're doing content over a long period of time and it's costing you a fortune to do, and you're not growing, you're not making money, you're on borrowed time as a YouTuber, you've got to get that right, or you're in trouble.
YouTube 101 is a lot of YouTube advice. I'll put down their own brand. Have you ever been approached by a brand to do a forensics detailing line of products?
Yes, and I won't do it.
You won't do it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it would turn this into a business. There'd be one, if I'm selling forensics detailing chemicals and I am doing content that is comparing chemicals.
Of course,
there's a conflict of interest.
Of course.
If I had a brand and I'm watching a YouTuber talk about my brand and they're selling chemicals, I'd be like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, because even if yours wasn't the best, it technically could have been the worst, but you're not going to advertise it as the worst.
And I don't think you can do
this one finished, my brand finished third, but actually should have finished 5th or 6th.
I don't think you can do it in UK law as well. I think there's a conflict of interest. And sooner or later, even if you had the best intentions, you'd accidentally say something if you're trying to review another product that would damage it. And then that brand would quite rightly say, hang on a minute, we haven't put anything out on your socials to say your brand's a load of old Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that on ours? Even that's not what you'd say, but they would say, why are you criticising us on that when you've got this? You're in the same game. So that would be a major problem in UK law for me, but it would also kill the enjoyment. You'd have customers, you'd have to be dealing with support queries, you'd have people hitting you with your social feeds with questions about your products. You'd have to be dealing with,
which you must get all the time anyway. About I watched your video and I bought this product and am I supposed to use it?
Yeah, you'd get that.
You must just send them a link to the video. Go and watch it. I just showed you.
You'd get that, but it would turn it into a business, and then businesses aren't fun. They're hard work. They're stressful. They are. You've got to be dedicated with them, but it's not fun. It's stress, and you're public. You're in this public eye when you're doing social media. So you've also got to run a business that's heavily in the kind of, putting content out, and you're the face of it. It would just be so unpleasant. I don't think it'd be fun.
It sounds like you've talked yourself out of it many times.
I have, yeah. Because when we started the channel, I started making paste waxes, and at the time I thought, well, maybe if this wax is good, I could go on and sell it later on. And I just made a decision not to do that. I'd say never, because maybe in 10 years' time, if this channel's still going, it could be a really good financial thing to say, right, we've done all the review stuff. We could we'll stop all the review stuff. The channel's now just doing other stuff, and we'll bring out a product line. But I think it's highly, highly unlikely it'll ever happen.
Also, you're liable if someone's used it and they've taken their paint off or something like that. You'll end up getting those sort of stuff.
You are anyway. You as a business, you'd have to have all your insurances and all that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What are you saying about my waxes, Rick?
I used a forensics detailing branded wax the other day. You want to go and see the rust on my MX-5? I think it's all down to
strip the paint straight off.
I think it's all down to you.
I should charge you extra for that.
I don't know if you could answer this because it will involve brands, but could you say your top 5 favourite products? For someone, if you were just going to go, right, I'm going to clean my car this weekend, I'm going to go and buy, we're not going to go into machine polish and all that sort of stuff. Top 5 products that you'd go and buy. It might also include not necessarily like material, like products like certain wash mitt or a certain snow foam thing.
Yeah, I love the Built Hammer Touchless as a pre-wash. That's a really cracking market-leading pre-wash. It makes a difference for how I wash my car. And the more I use it for everything, because it just cleans everything so well.
Well, I've noticed you also, every time you do a snow foam, you also compare it to the Touchless.
Yeah, I do.
It is so good.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good, yeah.
But it cleans wheels well. I'm sort of starting to think you could probably clean an engine bay with it. It just degreases well.
A massive barrel of it for the farm. We clean everything on the farm with it.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. Yeah.
It's so well formulated and it's cheap.
Yeah.
So that's one product. I think if you're getting into detailing, a good pressure washer is good. You could spend a fortune. Doesn't matter what pressure washer it is, but just invest in a good pressure washer that's got some grunt, because that will make a big difference. It will just make your life easier. Invest in a good vacuum cleaner that's powerful. Invest in good microfibers, so you've thought about your microfibers. The rest of the chemical products, would it matter what contact shampoo you use? No. Would it matter really what APC you use? No. All of these other products, what detail spray, even what paste wax, that's all part of fun, exploring it. And that won't make that much of a difference. But I think an abrasive, picking a good quality abrasive that you're going to use on a machine polisher is going to make a difference, and the right pads and all that would make a difference. And just building up a set of equipment that you enjoy using that's good quality and it doesn't break the bank.
Yeah. Like, what are your biggest vids that have done really well that you were really surprised on? Like something maybe you've not rushed it out, but you were like, oh, I'll put this out, but I don't think it'll do well, and it's blown up. Or what are your biggest vids? What are some of your? What is your biggest? Do you know what your biggest
long format vid is? The Mercedes detail I did with Martin at Wax is Dead.
Okay.
Which was about maybe 4.5 million. Which
4.5 million.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Wow.
Considering we filmed it on some dodgy camera.
How was this a while ago?
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It was easier to go viral with that sort of stuff back then. So Martin just pinged me and he's like, we've got this car that's come in and we're going to machine polish it. I don't think
I've seen this one. What is it, Mercedes?
It's a red Mercedes 190, I think.
Yeah, nice.
And it was just single stage paint that was all faded.
So I've noticed you suddenly got the light in your eyes now, but we're nearly done anyway. You've got the spotlight on me.
Yeah, it was just a tatty car, but because it was so bad and it was single stage, the process looked really good and the car came out really nice on camera.
4.5 million views.
Yeah, and it was just it was a quick video. It was only 10 minutes long, but it just flowed well and it went viral and loads of companies wanted to use it and buy the rights to it, and so it was a very good video. And we've not had one since that took like that.
So did you sell some so other people could use it as well?
Yeah, loads of people wanted to buy the rights to that video. But the video as well, when it does millions of views, actually makes good money. Most of the YouTube channel, which is like the money you do for a video, it's like you might as well not even look, it's so bad. Yeah. But when you do millions of views, the money's good.
It's worth doing.
So that was like, holy cow, for a few months. I was like, I'm actually making some half decent money on YouTube here. And we've gone on and we've done more of those videos and we try them. But it's harder to go viral now because there's just so many people doing it. It's virtually impossible now to go viral with that sort of stuff. It's all dying down. It's all saturated, and I'm just kind of like a dinosaur that's hanging in there. Been doing it for so long. It's just like,
But that brings me on to quite nicely to my final question. So, what's the future of forensics detailing and maybe the future of forensics detailing YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, I've done everything I wanted to do on YouTube. I've done it all. I've done a 10-year stint. We've managed to sustain. I was talking to Rick about this before we started. I've managed to build a platform which is sustainable and gives me a lifestyle as a full-time content creator, which is a bloody amazing thing to be able to do that. I have no boss, which I absolutely is so important.
You're doing stuff for other people as well.
Yeah, but I can pick and choose what I do. I've got no boss. So tomorrow I could say, I've had enough of this. I'm done. And I could close it down and stop making content and be happy. The way social media is going now, I'm just like, I'll carry on making content and enjoy it, but I've pushed hard for 10 years and it's time to enjoy making content. It doesn't need to be so commercially successful now. At the moment, it doesn't. So I'm going to enjoy making content for the next few years and just do silly content that is of interest to me. And I mix it up with the car stuff. Me and Dan, we're always talking about Porsches and how we can juice another 2 horsepower by spending like 10 grand on something. Doing track content, we went to Spud, didn't we? And it's
mate, amazing.
You can't just amazing. Sit in this garage talking about wash mitts. You have to get out and do loads of other things with cars. The stuff we do where we go to circuit days, you look forward to it, don't you? You look forward to it and you're buzzing to go to the next track day.
It's a must.
Yes, you've got to balance your life with this. And as a content creator, it gives you opportunities to make content. So you've got to think, right, well, what am I doing? Can I juice a video out of that? And when you start, the longer you've been doing it, you know the angle to go in with the video you're trying to juice out of it. So that's what it's about. It's about juicing videos out of your life and enjoying the process.
Enjoying it. You've got to enjoy life. Well, we're going to wrap it up there because I don't know if you can see from my breath. It's
Freezing it.
absolutely freezing in here. John spent all his money on his car and his car cleaning products and nothing on his heating for his garage.
I've got a little pink Temu heater. It was $3.99.
We should have whacked that on. Then it'd be noisy in the
It's
background.
pink. It's literally. I didn't know you had to select the colour. The default is pink because they obviously can't sell those. So I should have clicked the white one or whatever. So I got a pink heater.
It doesn't matter. Right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to John's channel. Everything you need to know about detailing. He goes really in depth with all the detailing stuff and all the products, different with chemicals, all the different bits, and it's genuinely really interesting. I've learned a lot from John's videos, and he's given me a lot of tips as well for my YouTube channel over the years as well, which I'm super.
10 quid.
Checks in the post.
Keep it going, Rick. Keep it going. I'm liking the sound of this.
He's going to chop this out on YouTube. And
testimonial from Rick the Spud.
also, if you haven't, check out my channel, all the other videos on what I've started doing some Spudcasts again, these kind of chatty, podcasty type things. But I've got loads of other content on my channel as well. We're also on Spotify, Amazon Music. I'm trying to get onto Apple Music, whatever that is, but I haven't got an Apple account, so it's more difficult. We're going to leave it there. We're going to go and have another cup of tea. We'll see you on the next one. Do a cheesy wave, John. Gonna sit on your wet garden furniture. Right. We need hair and makeup to come in. Just touch up the bags under our eyes. I slept so badly last night.
Use AI filters.
AI filters.